Okay, guys, I want to talk a little bit about words, whether they're in English or whatever language. That words have vibrations behind them. They're very powerful and they shouldn't be used flippantly. And really, probably everybody knows this already, but depending upon the inflection and the personal meaning behind a word can change what that word means completely. And I'll give you an example. Back in, I think, probably the 40s at least, the word gay meant jolly, happy. Now you say the word gay, and generally it is referring to a homosexual guy. So that is the difference in words, and they can change over time. So when y'all ask me about certain questions and they have certain words in them, then what I generally do is I see what my vibrational definition of that word is. Then I try to see what your vibrational meaning of that word is, and then I'll do a quick scan of pretty much everybody on the planet and the equivalent word, and just a quick scan of all the timelines to see what the general consensus is of that word, or what the vibrational meaning is behind that word. Which is why one of the many reasons that I didn't do videos for a while. Because when I'm talking to somebody one-on-one, when I'm commenting back and forth with y'all, or emailing, or talking on the phone to somebody, I can gauge what that vibrational meaning of that particular word is, and I can match my response to it. But if I'm just talking to this camera, and I'm talking to all of y'all and anybody who might watch it in the future, then I have to take into consideration what everybody's vibrational meaning of that word is. And especially things like love, where there's so much difference in what that word means. Even the word unconditional love, there's a lot of vibrational meaning that different people have for that word. So I want to just let y'all know, or talk about that for an instant, that when you're, which is of course why there's so much miscommunication in the planet, even with spouses or bosses or parents and their kids, or kids with each other, or whatever. There's a lot of difference, even person to person. And I think a lot of people assume that if we're really close to them, they're in our family, they're our significant other, they are in our country, that there's going to be an agreement on every word, and that's simply not true. Not only is it not true, but each person will kind of attach a different vibration to it in the moment for that particular event or circumstance. So as we're learning to communicate on a higher level, then that's one of the reasons why you need to learn to follow your instincts and your feelings. Because when it comes to communicating effectively back and forth on a vibratory level, if you're learning how vibrations work and how to read them, then you need to understand that a word such as gay, you need to know the context of it so you can translate that vibration. So let's say you're talking to somebody, and it's an 80-year-old woman, and she says the word gay in context of a party. Then you can take the vibration behind that, as you're learning how to read vibrations, and you can feel it one way, and then you can go talk to like a gay friend of yours and use the word gay back and forth with them, and you can see the vibration of the word in that context and be able to see the difference between those two words. Because when you're translating vibrationally, you can get the essence of the statement, and it'd be actually much more accurate once you learn to translate those words into vibrations, or vice versa. So you can take that person and say, okay, well, gay, translate, means happy, joyous, fun time. Gay, here, that vibration means homosexual male. Okay? And as you're starting to learn how to translate vibrations rather than words, then the best way of doing that is kind of correlate the words that you're speaking, the context, who you're speaking in, and be kind of open to how you feel that particular vibration in the moment. And then try to start correlating it. And you can start playing with this and translating words, events, emotions into the vibration that person is putting out. And that's how you kind of start to learn how to translate into the vibrational format. And that takes a lot of trusting yourself and non-judgmentalism, because you really need to trust those instincts. So if you're hearing somebody talk, and I'll give you a really good example. You're in line at the grocery store, the checkout person is there, and you look at them and smile and say, how's your day been? And they immediately do what almost everybody does, and they turn back and they look at you and they say, it's great, thank you. Now, almost everybody says those words, but there's only a small percentage that really mean they're having a great day. A lot of them, they're having anything from the worst day imaginable to a stupendous day. So that is a really good place, kind of like when you learn to create and you look, like I looked for a parking place or visualized a parking place and created that timeline where I had a parking place. You can do the same thing, learning to translate vibrations with people saying, how's your day been? And they say, it's great, thank you. You can do that because you can very quickly, you already do it, you already instinctually know, especially with somebody that's a friend of yours, if you say, how are you doing today? And they go, really great, and you just know instantly that something's wrong. And I don't want to say they're not telling the truth, something's wrong. And you can come back to them and say, oh, I'm getting the feeling that something really is off here. Do you want to talk to me about it? Well, you can start doing that with people that you're close to and verify those instincts, because you can say, how's your day? I'm doing great. And you can come back with, well, I'm feeling that you're not doing great. And the person you're close to will say, oh, you're right. No, happened. Bingo, you got it dead on. And let's say another day you go to that friend and you say, how you doing? And they say, I'm having a great day. And you totally vibratorily feel like they are having a really, really good day. So you can do it the other way and you can say, hey, I hear that you say you're having a great day, but it really feels to me like you've just really had something awesome happen in your life. Do you want to talk about it? And they come back and they go, yeah, you wouldn't believe it. I got a raise at work and I got a promotion and da-da-da-da-da, you see? So you can start with that and then start building on it. And really start listening to your instincts so that you can turn around and communicate with that person. And feel confident in doing that. And the more you do it, the more confidence that you will get. But it's like learning any language. It takes practice, takes repetition, and it's not really something that you can go to and say, okay, I want to go to school for this. Now here's the vibration of, duh. Because people use, like I said, people use those words, the same words, with a great big array of vibratory meaning. But as you learn how to read these vibrations, then you will be able to interact with people much more authentically, and the communication level will jump. And gradually, as you go up into 5D, of course, eventually all of it's done vibrationally. And so when people talk about, I think I said this in a previous video, when we talk about telepathy, we really aren't talking about it, get in your head and read word by word what you're thinking. No, it's a vibratory thing that we learn to do. And you already know how to do, but you're going to remember how to do it a lot better. Whether you're in 4D, you stay in 4D, or go to 5D, either way, learning how to read vibrations is definitely a way around dealing with people from other planets, other aliens that use